Owen, how did you come to Arizona?
It was kind of a crazy situation. I actually got contacted by Coach Crowley, I think I want to say in like May. And I had already kind of been back at Colgate. I did spring ball there. He told me the situation here, and Coach Arce and Aquino did, and kind of just thought it was in my best interest, my family's interest to, come to Arizona. So that happened around like May, I think, early June. Yeah.
And how would you compare Colgate to Tucson, Arizona?
Oh my, the heat. The heat's the first thing. I came out here with my mom, first time. I'd never been to Arizona. This is my first time. I actually committed before I even took a visit. I just say the heat, really. I say, yeah.
What's that like for you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Troy, go ahead.
What's that like for you, getting adjusted to that and just going through this training camp with that added heat and whatnot?
It's really just more of a mental obstacle, I guess. It's not really, you could just get over it mentally. I mean, I know Jen's been from Arizona, so he knows what it's like, and he said you can't really get used to it. So I'm in it for the long run, but I'll be good. So.
Owen, I mean, your best practice, at least from a lot of our standpoint so far, was Saturday night or Friday night under the lights. I mean, is there something about that stage where you felt like, okay, I'm kicking it into another gear now, ready to step up?
I feel like maybe just because we went when you go live, I guess we did a little more live, and maybe I guess a little added pressure. It seems like just because there's lights and just a different environment. But I can't just try to act and play my best under the lights when it's Friday. I gotta try to bring that same type of mentality every practice, which I do. It just so happened that I had a good practice on Friday. I wouldn't necessarily say that I was trying harder or something, but yeah.
So live to the ground tackling, the physicality, does that highlight the best parts of your game, you think?
Yeah, in some cases, I think I'm a physical player, but I also think that I could cover well, and I think that I could use my speed. I feel like I have underrated speed. People really don't know that, but I'm also a fast player, so get me in space, I could kind of show that off as well.
The coaches have talked a lot about how they're kind of using you as a chess piece a lot during fall camp. I mean, you can play so many different positions on the defense. How have you felt that? How have you felt your role grow as we progress through the season?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, just being a chess piece, going anywhere they really need me, just trying to learn the whole concept, just being a concept learner so I could go anywhere they need me, like you said.
So Owen, there's a crowded defensive back room. What was the selling point for you to come out to Arizona?
Just an opportunity to compete. I knew coming in, obviously, got a ton of experience in the defensive back room. Even Jen got a ton of time last year. You got Gunn, Dalt, Bobo, Stooks, they're all great players. So, I would say, obviously, I can compete with them and see where I stack up. And obviously, the dollar package, that's another big thing that I know I'm going to be able to get an opportunity to get on the field and showcase my skills. And yeah, like I said, just being around an elite group of defensive backs like this only makes you better. And it makes, I think, the whole room better when everyone's competing. So that was a big selling point for me.
With the dollar package, we got some early looks at it. What do you guys think about that formation? Genesis, for you, what does that dollar package do for defense?
I feel like it's different for the offense, just something different, getting a lot more athletes out there. So we just fly around, have fun. Our chemistry in the back end is a lot more built up. So I feel like it's good that we're all able to get out there and fly around.
Genesis, with the success from last year's team, how do you carry that into this season and continue that?
I feel like it's a good standard to keep, just a winning standard. So we know how we did last year. We know what to fix, where we messed up last year, and I feel like I said, it's a standard that we could just build off of that.
Troy and Mike, you get your hand up?
Genesis, Dwayne Aquino talked about, the defense line playing vertical and playing more downhill. How has that helped or affected the defensive backs in terms of maybe less time for the quarterback to throw it? How has that affected your guys' game back there in the defensive secondary?
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely getting home a lot more, I would say. But us back there, we're still playing our coverages, stuff like that. So we're probably going to have to cover a lot less, but we're still in the same coverages and all that.
One for each. For Owen, what have you noticed in terms of the difference in athletes, size, speed, etc., from Colgate to here?
I think obviously there's going to be bigger athletes. Everyone's a lot lengthier. That's the biggest thing that kind of jumped out to me is just the length. Speed as well. I feel like not necessarily individual players speed-wise, but just like the speed of the game, how everything hits. The pullers pulling is quicker. The quarterback, like his reading through the progressions is quicker, so you know it's going to happen. Just everything's going to happen quicker. But yeah, and then obviously the trenches is different. You got Big Joe, and he's huge. When I came up here, he's a big dude. You don't really see that much unless you're playing like we got a few of them, but just not as much as here.
Genesis, when you were in high school, did you play mostly kind of in the high post, or were you near the line of scrimmage very much?
We did left, right in high schoal, so it was based off of offensive formation. I could be in the box or in the high safety, but yeah, so it was kind of even.
Yeah, they've used you more. They've given you time at that nickel spot, right? What is that like? What's the adjustment been like? What are the keys for you when you're in that position?
It's definitely adjustment, a lot more man coverage when you're at nickel, and then a lot more zone drops instead of being the high safety. So I would say, yeah, just a lot more man coverage, but not a crazy difference. Just when you know the whole concept, it's just that part of the concept that you're doing.
Genesis, Owen called this an elite defensive back room. You guys are returning 5 guys from this team with legitimate starting experience last year, and then adding a bunch of transfers that have seen snaps from other programs. What's the ceiling for this defensive back room?
Man, I don't know. We're gonna find out this year, but I think we got a lot of potential in the defensive back room, and I think if we just keep working, keep our heads down, we could be special this year.
Owen, what was life like in Hinsdale, Illinois?
Yeah, Hinsdale. Yeah.
Tell us about your childhood, where you come from.
So yeah, I come from Hinsdale, Illinois. It's a little western suburb of Chicago. I got 3 brothers, 1 twin actually. So shoot, growing up was just competitive, uber competitive. Hinsdale Central, the high school I went to, is a really good program too. We got a ton of talent. I think we've got like 4 or 5 active NFL players right now. So it's just the community's big on sports, big on football too. So I guess that was kind of the center point of growing up is just football and sports and competing, especially with my older brothers too.
And what does your twin brother do?
He played JUCO ball. He actually, after high school, he took 2 years off. He was like a car mechanic for 2 years. And then he actually came to my game against Boston College my sophomore year and decided that he wanted to play football again. And he started working out again. He quit his job to work out and then played JUCO ball at College of DuPage for 2 years. He was the JUCO Defensive Player of the Year, actually, his first year back, which is crazy. And then All-American. They won 2 national championships, and now he's at Northwest Missouri State. And he actually 3 days ago, he actually blew out his knee. So he had a pretty gruesome injury, so he's done. So it's kind of tough. Yeah.
If you weren't playing football, what do you think you'd be doing?
Shoot, probably coaching. Honestly, I feel like I'd be a good coach. Once I'm done with football, I could see myself in coaching. So yeah, probably coaching.
All right, that's our time. Cool, thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.